Oh my goodness. Blue Jays lose 5-1 to the Boston Red Sox. And yeah, that was a snooze fest. But, as the Blue Jays have shown us all season long, when you go down more than 2 runs, as in they went down 4-0 in this game, they crawl into a hole and die. The Blue Jays showed absolutely no fight in this game, end up with just 5 hits. And mainly it was just the one inning that did the damage. And Aaron Sanchez, yes, he had a rough inning, and yes, an error did happen at one point, but he wasn't all that bad. One rough inning should be able to it should be okay. But instead, the Blue Jays offense goes nowhere, as in their only run is an RBI sac fly from Jose Bautista. Oh, congratulations. This game literally was one of the most boring games of the season, because we have learned so much from what this team has shown us. When the Blue Jays went down 4-0, I think everybody and their grandmother is like, well, this is pretty much done. And I think the Blue Jays showed us that as well, because they didn't get anything going. They had absolutely nothing going, and the offense shrivels up as it did last night. And now we've lost 2 in a row. At best, we can get a split out of this series. Now, don't give me the garbage of, oh, well, you're facing the Red Sox. A split would be I'd be happy with a split. Look, we don't know what direction this team is going when it comes to the management's thoughts and their process. We don't know how to feel. If the management team is like, we're going to blow this up, Donaldson traded, Bautista traded, Happ gone, Lariano gone, big moves like that, we'll be like, you know what? Let's take the losses on where they should be with a happy thought and saying, all right, we got to build now. But we don't know what's going on. We keep hearing that they're going to contend this year. I'm not sure how that's going to happen. And 2018, I'm not sure how it's going to all change in one season. And the thing that puzzles me about what they said is that, oh great, they want to contend this year, next year. Oh, that's great to see that they have faith in the guys. Well, it's very difficult for us to have faith, but are they saying 2018 would be our last year of contention, then they'll blow it up? But why would you wait that long? I mean, let's literally go down the Blue Jays roster for the main guys and read out their ages. Why you would wait another year and a half to then explode the team. Marco Estrada, a free agent after this year. If you want to contend next year, you want to sign him back, right? Well, he's 34 this year. Let's add 2 years to that. 36 years of age. Okay, can you trade him really for anything good at that point? Not really. Jay Happ's 34. Same deal. Lariano, I mean, obviously, I can't see him coming back, but he's 33. He'd be 35 at that time. Let's keep Sanchez and all them. If you want to throw Russell Martin in the mix, that guy's 34. He'll be 36. I'm just going down the list here. Josh Donaldson, one of the older guys. He'd be 33, right? Kind of maybe starting to his decline. Let's throw Steve Pearson there because the guy's hot. He's 34. He'll be 36. Justin Smoke's one of the only guys that is still pretty good. Tulowitzki, I mean, he's had an awful season all around, and his contract's huge, but he'd be 34 after 2 years. Bautista, we all know about this guy. He's 36 already. He'd be 38. You wouldn't get anything for him, really. And Kendrys Morales, he's 34. He'd be 36 as well. So if you're going to wait another 2 years, this year and next year, and then in that next offseason, you're going to blow it up. Why? Because one, if you can't get a team to take Estrada and Lariano to help your team get better, you're going to lose them for free agency and get absolutely nothing for them. Then next year, the whole Donaldson free agency happens. Are you going to lose him for nothing? Because trading him in a contract year, it might be tricky, and you might not get a lot back because he'd be a rental player. Those small things are things that are frustrating me and scaring me. If the Blue Jays are going to blow this thing up, it should be this year. Next year, look, a lot of things could change. Bautista could really decline. Plus, he'll be 37 years old. Who's going to want to pay a pretty penny for that? Not a lot of people. Even now, he's 36, and probably a lot of people don't want to pay for it. I'm ranting. I'm not even talking about this game anymore because who wants to talk about that? It was a mess. You know, and then you look at Josh Donaldson. I think that's the big one right there. Josh Donaldson, former MVP, really good all-around player. Next year, what happened with David Price? You think David Price, with a couple years left on his contract, you could get a pretty penny out of it. But what did the Blue Jays have to give up? Daniel Norris, Matt Boyd, maybe one or two other pieces. I forgot the exact trade. Norris has been hurt, hasn't really been consistent with them. Matt Boyd's been okay at best. And you got it for David Price. Why? Because he was a rental player and you had to give him up for something. Do we really want to get scraps for Josh Donaldson if we're going to tank and trade the team? No. So what the heck are they going to do? This would be the year, or this would be the offseason to make big moves. I don't want them to wait that long to the offseason, but I want to hear what you guys have to say. I just went on a huge little rant there because I need it. I've been thinking about it for a while. I tried to keep my cool. We saw yesterday's fiasco, and we saw today's snooze fest, and I just had to do it. I hope you guys agree with me in this sense because, it's a little crazy. But this team is so old. And if they had any fight left in them, they would have hit their stride by now. But clearly, they haven't. And people are like, well, I don't know about you guys. This is my last thing before I close off the video. I don't know if you guys hate this as much as I do. When I hear people like, I don't know, Gibbons or reporters or something like that say, well, the Blue Jays just haven't clinched, they haven't hit their stride, they just haven't hit it yet. They haven't had good starting pitching, good bullpen, and hitting all at once, just yet. And I'm like, don't give me that just yet garbage. It's almost 100 games in. Maybe 10, 15, 20 games in, okay, fine, I'll listen. But we're almost 100 games in. And this Blue Jays team is really not showing any life or fighting them whatsoever. They show it one day at a time. One day out of 3, you see a good game. Now the Blue Jays are 8 games under 500. That whole stretch, they had a decent stretch before the All-Star break playing the Yankees and Astros. That stretch is gone. You just eliminated that whole thing with this fiasco since the All-Star break. Losing the series to Detroit, and now at best, a split in this series. Tomorrow, Francisco Lariano versus Doug Fister. Well, which Lariano are we going to see? I got no idea. And Doug Fister is 0-3 with a 6.75 ERA, so that's nice if you want to look at that. But really, what do you guys want to do with this team? And let me know how you guys feel about what's going on. What I mean by that is, the way I've been putting it today and in this video is, if they're going to blow it up, they should blow it either near the trade deadline or in this offseason. Trade maybe your expiring contracts and a couple other guys, But even then, a rental player like Donaldson, right? You want to have him for the rest of the season and next year as another team, right? So we got to look into this. If this team is going to rebuild, because I know all of you guys, including myself at this point, because I've lost it, I want this team to build again. I don't want this team to not retool in a sense. I don't want them to trade Lariano and Happ for like some 30-year-old decent guys. Like, no! I want this team to do what the Leafs did. Now I understand, it can't all happen like that, like the Leafs did. But it's a process. You got to go through it. And I think it's this time. I think it's the time for this team to do so. They're old. They're not playing well. They're probably not going to get a playoff spot with the way they're playing. So why hold on to your old guys for another year? It makes no sense. Let me know what you guys think about all this. Give me your breakdown of when they should blow this team up. I know a lot of people say now, and I'm like, I agree. All right, so guys, that is going to do it for this. One's a little bit longer than I expected, but I just had to let it all go. Hit the subscribe button if you guys have not already. Comment down below what you guys think of the video. What you guys think of the game if you didn't fall asleep. And also, like I've been saying, what do you guys think this team should do heading into the trade deadline. Not the offseason, not next year. The trade deadline. What should happen? All right, let me know what you guys think, and we'll talk to you guys tomorrow. It'll be in the early evening, as obviously it's an afternoon game and I do have work, so I won't be able to upload the video for you guys till about 7:30, something along those lines, all right? So I'll keep you guys posted, and we'll talk to you guys tomorrow night.